my best friend of 17 years, the one person I told everything, looked me in the eyes the day I got married and smiled while hiding the darkest secret of my life. I only found out because of one single voice note she forgot to delete.
I'm Sarah. This happened 3 years ago, but it still keeps me up at night. I met Emily in 8th grade. We were those annoying girls who finished each other's sentences, had matching friendship bracelets, the whole cliche. When my mom died senior year, Emily moved into my house for 3 months just so I wouldn't be alone. When I got engaged to Ryan, she was my maid of honor. She planned my bachelorette, cried during my vows, everything. Fast forward 5 years of marriage, Ryan and I were happy, or so I thought. But little things started piling up. Ryan working late almost every Thursday. Emily suddenly getting weird when I mentioned wanting kids. The way she changed the subject every time I talked about surprising Ryan with a pregnancy announcement. Then came the night that broke everything. Ryan was in the shower. His phone lit up on the kitchen counter. I know. Don't snoop. But the preview on the lock screen made my blood freeze. It was a text from Emily. Can't do Thursday anymore. Sarah's starting to notice. We have to tell her before she finds out herself. My hands shook so hard I almost dropped the phone. I didn't unlock it. I couldn't. Instead, I did something worse. I went into my own phone and opened the shared iCloud backup we all used back in college. Yes, we were still too lazy to make separate ones. And there it was. Hundreds of voice notes between Ryan and Emily going back 5 years. I clicked the oldest one first. Emily's voice, whispering, "We can never tell her, Rye. She'll never forgive us." Ryan, "We were drunk. It was one time. She was away at her grandma's funeral." Emily, "One time that ended with me getting an abortion at 19, Ryan. Sarah can never know she lost her niece or nephew before she even knew I was pregnant." I swear the room spun. My husband and my best friend, the weekend I was burying my mom, they slept together, and Emily terminated the pregnancy alone because she didn't want to ruin our friendship. I sat on the kitchen floor crying without sound until Ryan came out of the shower. He saw his phone in my hand and knew. He didn't even try to lie, just whispered, "How much do you know?"
The next weeks were hell. I moved into a hotel. Emily blew up my phone. "Please let me explain. I hated myself every day. I stayed your friend because losing you would have been worse punishment." Ryan begged on his knees, said it was the biggest mistake of his life, that he woke up hating himself, that they never touched again after that night. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. Every memory felt poisoned. Our wedding photos? She was smiling knowing what she did. Every hug she ever gave me felt like a lie. Then one night at 2 a.m., I got a call from an unknown number. It was Emily, from the hospital. She was 7 months pregnant. And the baby was Ryan's. This time, they hadn't stopped at one night. Turns out the "we can't do Thursday anymore" text wasn't about ending things. It was about Emily panicking because she was showing and I was bound to notice soon. They'd been having a full-blown affair for 18 months. The abortion when we were 19? Real. But it wasn't the only time. Ryan had been living a double life, telling Emily he'd leave me when the time was right. I drove to the hospital, shaking with rage. Emily was in preterm labor from the stress. She looked tiny in that bed, crying, "I didn't want you to find out like this." I screamed things I can't repeat. Security almost escorted me out. Ryan showed up 20 minutes later. That was the first time I saw them in the same room since the truth came out. And that's when the real twist happened. The one I never saw coming.
Emily looked at Ryan with pure hate and said, "Tell her the rest, or I will." Ryan went white. He started crying, and then he told me the truth I wasn't ready for. The affair? Yes, it happened. The current pregnancy? Also yes. But Emily had been blackmailing him for the last 18 months. She had proof of the first time. Texts, photos from that night. She threatened to send everything to me, to my family, to post it online, unless Ryan paid her. Started with $500 here and there for therapy, escalated to thousands. When he said he was done paying, she said she'd tell me he'd been cheating the whole marriage. So he kept paying, and she kept demanding more. The affair was her forcing him to meet her to hand over cash and keep her quiet. But then she got pregnant on purpose, one of the times she cornered him. Her plan, have the baby, force Ryan to leave me, and live off child support, plus continued blackmail money. Ryan showed me the bank transfers, the threatening texts, the proof, everything. Emily's face when he laid it all out, I'll never forget it. The monitor started beeping like crazy. She went into full labor right there while screaming that he was lying. Doctors rushed in.
Emily lost the baby that night. Complications. She survived, but the doctor said she may never carry another pregnancy to term. Ryan and I, we didn't stay together. Some things can't be fixed. But we're not enemies. He's in therapy, so am I. We're divorcing quietly. And Emily? She sent me a letter from the psych ward where she was admitted after trying to hurt herself. It said, "I became the monster I was terrified of becoming the day I aborted our baby alone. I punished you both for my guilt. I'm sorry isn't enough. I know." I never wrote back. Sometimes the person you die for is the one who teaches you how to live without them. The secret she hid for years, it wasn't just the abortion. It was that jealousy turned her into someone neither of us recognized. And the moral? Protect your peace. Some people aren't who you knew in 8th grade anymore. Sometimes they never were. If you've ever been betrayed by the person you trusted most, comment, "I've been there," below. You're not alone.